This podcast is proud to be part of the TalkSport Fan Network. TalkSport. Powered by fans.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. With the price of just about everything going up during inflation, we thought we'd bring our prices down. So to help us, we brought in a reverse auctioneer, which is apparently a thing.
Mint Mobile Unlimited Premium Wireless. How to get 30, 30, how to get 30, how to get 20, 20, 20, how to get 20, 20, how to get 15, 15, 15, 15, just $15 a month? Sold!
Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
$45 up front for 3 months plus taxes and fees. Promo rate for new customers for limited time. Unlimited more than 40 gigabytes per month. Slows full terms at mintmobile.com.
The TalkSport Fan Network is proudly supported by McDelivery, bringing you the food you love. McDelivery brings a top-tier lineup of food right to your door. No matter the result, you'll always be winning with McDelivery. Order now on the McDonald's app and you'll get rewards points delivered too. So that ordering today means some tasty rewards for tomorrow. Only via app at participating restaurants. 18 plus. Rewards registration required. Points only on menu items. Delivery fee and terms apply. See mcdonalds.com.
Good evening, everyone. It's Monday night, and welcome to the Tilton Talk Show, sponsored by Small Affordable Cars. I'm Paul Hipkiss, and tonight we're joined by Mark Adams.
Hello, everybody. Good to be
Alan
here.
Watson.
Good evening.
Claire Giblin.
Good evening.
Craig Courtney.
Good evening, everyone.
And last but not least again, the main man, Chris Browne.
Good evening.
We have no Mark Meredith tonight. He's looking up at the sky with a Jägermeister, trying to look out for an eclipse, apparently. So no Mark Meredith tonight.
An eclipse or a full moon, because by the time he's had so much Jaeger, it'll definitely be a full moon.
I think you're right, So another defeat at Leicester at the weekend, and another late winner conceded after the 85th minute, and more disappointment for us. But Rob, I'll start with you, mate. I believe you were there, so give us your thoughts on that game.
Well, it wasn't exactly a shock result. We huffed and puffed. We didn't really create a lot. We was probably expected at a place like Leicester. We matched them for energy. We got stuck in. We were committed. We just switched off again. And regardless of whether you play Leicester or whether you're playing Rotherham or whoever, you can't switch off like that in the last few minutes and expect to come away with something. So in the end, It was a really sloppy goal to give away for the winner. We were looking good for a point, and we'd have beat your hand off for a point. We weren't embarrassed, and there's some positives going into Wednesday. I really do think, we keep up that tempo, we're going to be fine on Wednesday. It's just it's like, to be honest, Paul, it's like a punch in the stomach to lose like that. To go somewhere like Leicester and be so close to getting a really good point. I'm not totally, totally downtrodden. I'm looking forward to Wednesday because I think we've got a really good chance of beating Cardiff. Man of the match for me was Ruddy, just simply for those saves. But I have to give a shout out to Sanderson as well. I know he's had a few dodgy games, but he was like a rock on Saturday. He played really, really well. I'm not saying he's the answer long term, but we've got to give him a shout out. He was superb, I thought. So I don't know.
We need fighters now, don't we, Mark? For the last 5 games now, they've all got to roll the sleeves up and play for the whole 95, 97, 98, 100 minutes, however long the game is. We need them to concentrate for that period of time, and give 110% and not switch off for a split second, because at the moment that's what's costing us. It's cost us a lot of late winners. And also the basics of defending is, close the man down when the ball's out wide with the opposition. Close the man down and stop the cross from coming in. If the cross don't come in, you can't score.
It's basics.
You've got to hunt them in packs. When you haven't got the ball, you've got to have urgency, and you've got to hunt them in packs and close them down quickly. Do you agree with that, Claire?
Yeah, I think I agree with Rob. To be fair, we went thinking a draw would be a really good result. We weren't out the game. I think we matched them again. We played them at our place. We only lost 3-2. The cup we'll ignore because they played, they didn't have their strongest team. I think that, we've lost 2-1 against a side that is aiming for promotion. If they don't go up, it will be a shock that they don't go up.
Yeah.
It's the fact that a quarter of our goals were after 80 minutes, and I don't really know. It's a shame, really, that Mark Meredith isn't here to ask that question of how do you solve that in training sessions? Yeah. Because there must be something that happens halfway through the game or halfway through that half that then all of a sudden they think that they're coasting. It's so frustrating, and a lot of it happens away from home, and it's just a sickener, really. But, if you're Huddersfield and you're these other teams that are watching us, they're going to play us, you would surely leave some of your best players on the pitch and bring them on after 75 minutes because actually you're going to get an opportunity. And I just think it wasn't the result. It wasn't the result that was the problem. The problem was that it was the 88th minute and that Huddersfield scored in the 94th. That was the thickener. And we've just got to go again. I don't understand all the negativity. I think it's worry that the negativity is. I think the good thing is that everybody plays on Tuesday. So on Wednesday, we will know what we have to do. We've got to start winning some games. Am I worried? Of course I am. But I think Cardiff is winnable. Huddersfield and Rotherham are winnable. Yeah. I think Coventry and Norwich are the two games they're actually playing for something. But will Norwich be relaxing like Fulham did that few years ago? And will they be waiting for the playoff semi-finals and things like that? So am I worried? Yes. Do I think that we disgraced ourselves? No. Could we have done better? Definitely. But I think defensively is where we're really lacking. And I think fair play to Jay Stansfield. I mean, half of us didn't even know it went in because we all were just... we didn't really know it went in. Yeah, it was just a weird goal. But do you know what? That's a bit of luck that we wanted. And then all of a sudden we don't get the full luck. So we've got to start making it and we've got to get it bouncing on Wednesday. But I'm not disappointed about the result. I'm more disappointed about the defending, and it was Laird's fault, to be fair. But... yeah.
I mean, I think Drama, in my opinion, is too good to miss out on the team. He should be starting. He's probably a better, in my honest opinion, if I had to choose between him and Laird at right back, I probably would choose Drama. I'm not going to lie. But I think, I quite liked it when they had them both in the team. I think Laird was left back, Drama was right back, and we had Buchanan and Iwu, or you could do it with Buchanan and Sanderson as well. Because Buchanan is a class act and he's our best defender. Yeah. And, I just think at centre-halves, it gives us that balance with his left foot, just for these 5 games. And I think we only conceded, like I said before, 1 legal goal. The goal at Hull when there was handball. But, I mean, Alan, it's obviously a combination of things, isn't it, while we're in this mess over the whole season, not just Huddersfield getting a late winner the other day, is it,
Well, it's sod's law, isn't it? I would just, I completely agree with everything that's been said, but I just, again, since Saturday, I've been thinking about something, and 15 minutes ago, we're rock solid. They're looking for, they're looking to find a way to break us down, and they can't. And we substitute 2 front men for Dembele and Hogan. Now, instead of having 10 blokes behind the ball fighting for king and country and all the rest of it, we get the 2 idlest so-and-sos on the planet on the pitch. And if you think where the cross came from for the winner, somebody should have been closing him down. And Dembele was put on the pitch instead of the bloke who was closing that bloke down and was nowhere to be seen. Hogan did. I mean, the 2 substitutes didn't touch the ball, I don't think, in the 10 or 15 minutes they were on. So what were they on for? Chase around and knock people over and slow the game. Well, they did nothing. Now, that's nothing new with Birmingham. We've talked to, all through the season, we've stuck different people on in different situations. With a goal down, we need a goal, and we stick so on. And he never touches the ball. And you think, what was the point of that? And Saturday, that was the one thing that I didn't think of it immediately. It was something I mulled over the weekend, and I thought, yeah, where were those two? You know, they weren't behind the ball. They never went anywhere near the ball. And I don't like slagging people off and pointing the finger. You know, I say, well, Mr. Manager, you made that decision, and quite honestly, it mystified me at the time. And the more I thought about it, the more wrong it was. And I just didn't we do that? QPR, we took Bacuna off, and we threw different. I can't remember who but we then.
Was it Todd Roberts came on? Todd Roberts, I think, came on. Or did Todd Roberts start at QPR? I can't remember.
He started.
He started, yeah. He started. But we don't man the lifeboats. Like, this is it. We got a point here, and we ain't going away without it. It seems to 5 minutes ago I think, oh, we've done it. You know, and then the concentration goes, and people come on. Okay, particularly Stansfield, he was on his knees. Okay, but why put? You don't think you're going to score another goal, so why put Hogan on at all? You could have put another midfield player, and have 11 blokes behind the ball for the last 5 minutes. But we didn't. We left two up.
I mean, let's pick the bones out of the two goals. I mean, a scary stat here from Jason Hughes. We've conceded 15 goals after the 76th minute this season. That has got to be addressed urgently. If we are going to stay up, then we need to cut that out. Because if we don't, in the last few games, we could go down.
Especially when you're only scoring one goal a game.
Yeah, but
you've got to keep a clean sheet to win.
Yeah, done that for a long while. We did that against Preston, but that was the first time I think since Blackburn before that, wasn't it? In about 9 games. Yeah. But Craig, I mean, the first goal, he tried to clear it, didn't he? He just come off Jordan James and fell to their guy, and then he squared it to Dewsbury Hall. It just slipped away. But do you think that was unlucky? Do you think Highwood could have done a bit better there?
Well, I think again, it keeps at the moment seems to be getting the non-rubber to green, because if you look at a few goals that we've conceded over the past few games, QPR took a nick off him. The game the other day, should he have cleared it better? Yeah, but was it just? At the end of the day, was it also a good strike? The answer is yes. I still look at it in terms of the fact that across the whole of the game, I thought, we weren't better than them, but at times we were equal, and it was actually pleasant to watch, because I think part of it was it was almost like a free hit, dare we say, going into the game. Yes, we've been beat, but we've been beat by the team that's top of the league, and as Claire said, should be promoted. Somebody put on Facebook the other day that there was £100 million squad that they've got at Leicester. We're not even probably a tenth of that when you look at our playing structure and what we've paid for our players. So for us to be in the situation where we held them, and actually after our goal, we were on. I thought we were on top. I thought there was a definite change in impetus, and the fans also started going against Leicester. So yes, strange decision on the substitutions, but to go back to Alan's point there, stick on a midfielder or another defender instead of a striker. I think Rowett did say himself, perhaps he should have brought Gary Gardner on to shore up midfield. Then also, I look at it from the point of view of, we don't want to concede a goal. If we've got somebody that can outlet and run with a ball, it's better than having 5 or 6 sitting back and having to defend against them, because we conceded at the end of it through a very poor set of defending at the far post. There was no other way. Nothing at all. Laird has held his hands up and said, I think, pretty much I was at fault. Now what I want to see on Wednesday night is Laird coming up with a man of the match performance. And I'd love nothing more than I know Claire would be absolutely in heaven if he scored a goal, but I would love nothing more than him to have that man in a match performance. I wouldn't change anything going into Wednesday. I think the team that started that first half and arguably 65, 70 minutes of the game was actually pretty sturdy and put up against teams in and around us would do well. I still think we're... I don't want to shoot myself in the foot here, but I still think we're too strong to go down. I think we've just got that little bit extra over the teams that are in and around us. Tomorrow night is key because the teams that are below us and those that are around us that are in this relegation fight are playing then. So, if we can go into Wednesday and have a set of results that have gone in our favour on Tuesday, there's added impetus. Shouldn't be a need for a team talk, for example, going into Wednesday. If those teams haven't got results and we can not only get out of it, but can go a couple of places clear of it in the league, then that should be all the talking that's needed. And do I believe that they will be fired up? Hell yeah. We've got two massive games. Huge games. They're both cup finals coming up. Coventry, they're fighting for that final playoff spot. They want to be in and around it. But the following week, they've got an FA Cup semi-final. So what team will we see? We don't know. Personally, I think we'll see a strong Coventry side because he's better. He's got more chance of getting promoted than they have of winning the FA Cup. We've got to be honest. But we'll see. But on both occasions, if we have teams that come at us, then I think that will play into our favour, and we can get the goals that we need to get us out of it. I still look. I know we lost on Saturday, but I still look at all the positives to take away from it. Every single fan stayed in the ground and applauded that team off the pitch. There wasn't anybody that turned against them or anything else. Yes, there was disappointment, but people were there applauding them off. That's our hardcore fans. Those hardcore fans. What we need is that atmosphere that was generated at Leicester. We need those fans to be drumming up and generating that atmosphere on Wednesday. We need a full house.
Definitely.
Jesus, season ticket holders, £15 a ticket for other fans to come down to the ground. You haven't got a ticket and you want to go, write to me. I'll give you my reference number. I'll get you the tickets. Let's pack it out. Same on Saturday. Coventry have got, I think, 2,000.
2,000, yeah.
We can fill St Andrews and we can make a racket, and we need to. So, plain and simple for me, I think positive. And until it's mathematically not possible for us to get out of it, we're not relegated, and I won't think negatively. Because my saying is negativity breeds negativity. So,
Are you worried? Are you worried?
Honestly, no. And I know it might sound really daft, but
it does.
I just feel, there's that little bit this season that I don't think we've had in the past. And yes, I know we've had fighters in the past and scrappers that have been there. This time around, we have the quality to get us the goals. What we've got to do is we need the clean sheets. We need that defence to be solid, like it was against Preston. And in that second half, when nothing was getting past us. And actually, part of the Leicester game was exactly the same. I mean, Jesus, we had one particular time when we had a goalkeeper going after the ball, 4 defenders going after the ball, and we cleared our lines. That's what we need to see every single time. And somebody has to take a drubbing. Somebody has to concede the goals against us. It can't one again.
Sorry, Craig. You need leaders in a situation like this. You need leaders on the field. You need fighters out there who are going to basically, carry the team and everyone else with them. And we don't have one, in my opinion, in that 11. There's not one out there. It's good that we've got Robbo back and Gary Rowett and that now, and hopefully they will be enough to. I do have faith in them doing it for us. But the players on the field, when you need someone to roll their sleeves up. We do have players that get stuck in, don't get me wrong. They are, and I think in the 3 games under Rabbit so far, there's a big, big difference in, we're competing in the games, aren't we, a lot more? And we are. Yeah, go on,
Sorry, Paul. I was going to say, I think there's a newfound I know we haven't got the results, but there's like an energy which we've tapped into, and that's feeding into the fans as well. It was there on Saturday anyway.
But I'd rather stink the place. I'd rather stink the place out and win 1-0. You know what I mean? I honestly don't care about all this tippy-tappy, pretty football. No. Never have, never will. It's a results business, and now we need results more than ever.
Yeah.
We were not good enough to play this tippy-tappy stuff. I've been calling it for ages. Just get it up the field. You've got Billick who can win a header. You've got Laird who can win a header. We need to just start playing simple, basic football, get it up the pitch. I've got to admit, though, that the football now, compared to the old Rowett era, is vastly different, which I think is great. I generally think he's taken a bit of Mowbray ball there as well. We've got to start scoring some goals. I'm fed up with this 1-0. Do you know what? If he hits off somebody's leg or an own goal or whatever, I'm happy with the 1-0. Don't get me wrong. As soon as they score, you worry that we're not going to win because we can't seem to score more. And we keep saying on here, we're going to give someone a battering. We're going to score loads of goals. Can you see it now? Because I can't see it now. I think Mike's thought, is it time to include having 21 stars on the bench? I don't know. Who would you leave out, though? That's the problem. Would you leave out someone like Gary Gardner, who might add a little bit of experience? I mean, Hogan came on. It was like he was going for a jog down the road.
He didn't. He showed nothing, did he?
Do you know what I mean? He showed no, come on, lads, come on. Like, we can keep this. Dembele loses the ball again. And I was saying this earlier before we came on. It's lovely seeing all the players shooting on social media. It's lovely seeing them having banter. That time's now gone. I'm sorry, lads. We've got 5 games to stay in the Championship. You've got to start playing for the fans now and for your own contracts and for your own actual, careers here. Yeah. Because we are now deep in it. And I don't want to see what Dembele can do in training because you don't do that in a game. I don't want to see, what a lovely goal by Pritchard. He's not doing it in the game. Do you see where I'm coming from? And he's all laughing and joking, la, 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 la. That time should go now. And we now need to see this is us working hard. We're right on it. We're in game face. We're doing this. We're doing that. Because I'm fed up of going away every week, spending thousands and then turning up and we're losing all the time. Do you see us laughing and joking about it in the stand? You probably won't. Sorry, my rant's over.
No, Claire, you're absolutely right. And, people make a lot of financial sacrifices to go and watch,
exactly.
Play. Yeah. And they just need a bit of a wake-up call in that respect as well. They need to realise, who they're representing here and who they're playing for at times.
Because it's a big fight. The world's expensive in general, and going down the Blues is a massive, massive part of our lives that we sacrifice a lot to go. Whether you go to every home game, whether you can just get to a few, whether you go away, whatever, it's a massive chunk of our lives that we put everything into, and they need to start doing it as well. Give us a bit of commitment.
Yeah, but another reason I'm more concerned now is because, and I know he's 34 now, but I'll tell you now, for these last 5 games, if we could, we should be sticking Djukovic up front with Stansfield and, aiming for him because, God bless, kept us up so many times in the past. And I think if he wasn't injured this time, he probably would have been the perfect partner for Stansfield. Play these last 5 games, even if it was only for an hour, and then take him off. He would have been the leader out there with the armband on that I would have had to get us through this again. For one last song. But unfortunately, he's got that injury, and I don't think he's going to play again this season. So this is why I'm more concerned. Because who's going to be our saviour? Who's the player that's going to be the hero here?
Can I? I'll give my psycho babble a bit of a go here. Ask yourselves as people, what gets you motivated? If I came up to you and say, Paul, that was the shittiest introduction I've ever heard. Sort your bloody self out. Now you think that would be unfair because it was good, and you said, What's that silly old bastard talk? Excuse me, friend. Silly old so-and-so. And you I'll show that so-and-so, wouldn't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And I think that's how I'd look at it, because I think there is a contentment within the side. Oh, we was unlucky again, weren't we, Saturday? Oh, dear. Didn't we do well? No, you bloody didn't. You conceded a stupid goal. And, whoever, if you think it was Laird's fault, you stick your finger under his nose and say, you lazy so-and-so, what your bloody hell is doing? And if he goes, oh sorry, boss, you want him to come back at you and say, what do you know? But, I've seen you play for Birmingham, you're a bloody crap,
Yeah.
Whatever. Annoy them, frighten them, whatever. Yeah. And I can't think. Being nice. When Gary Rowett started, he started to butter them up a bit, trying to convince them that you're better players than your results are suggesting. But if you keep suggesting that the results aren't good enough, somebody has got to say to them, your results ain't good enough. And you play for this club, we pay an awful lot of money, so get your bloody finger out. And if that could come from within, it'll be even better. Stansfield Sanderson, right? He's always gives an impression he's giving everything he's got. He might make a cock up here, there and everywhere, but he's at it. You always feel, he's the one that's at it. So somebody has got to make him, or somebody like him, the leader. Because he could say, he'd say to Awu or one of the other defenders, pointing the finger and say, well, was you there then? And that person will come back and say, well, I was looking after you, yourselves. I'd get him riled up. Apparently, there was arguments on the training ground between certain people, which had the effect of improving things, especially in our defence. And the two people I was told that had the punch up before the next game cuddled each other before they started. So something must have happened. Something must have got, they've had a go at each other, and they've settled the differences, and they've said, right, you're right, we're gonna improve, we're gonna do better.
Yeah. That works, though, Alan, what you're saying, reverse psychology. You want to sort of like role players and put fire in their bellies to almost prove you wrong. You want that vengeance in you, don't you? You want to go out there and prove you wrong.
That's right.
And I remember Martin O'Neill saying years ago about Emil Heskey, he used to wind him up. He said you had to wind him up and criticise his missus or his mother or something before he went out there to get him to play to his best. He said I always used to say negative to him before he went out there to wind him up, and then he'd go out there and he'd be the best player on the pitch. I don't know if he did that for us, but whether Brucey did it with him. I mean, he performed well for us as well, don't get me wrong, but he never played like he was angry, did he? I would say. Yeah. But
if there was one thing that could be done on Wednesday, it's play that snippet just of Claire and Watto.
Just get me in there.
Scared me. Because it screams, and there's loads of comments on the message board about it. Tonight's show is just screaming the passion, right? And I'm not going to say that we don't lack it in the team, because I think we've got it there. But you're right, Paul, what can we do to pull out those little bits, that extra percent to take us over the line? Lots of comments around, right, Laird is a great guy. Everybody loves him, but there's too much laughing and joking. Switch on the serious head, get us over the line, have a laugh and a joke the last game of the season when we've got nothing to play for, right? Yeah. Then there's other people that are there saying, actually, is it time now for players to stand up? And, why should we need to wind them up? They should be playing for the badge. Arguably, some of these people should be playing for contracts, right? And we're not seeing that. So to me, I think there's a serious amount of people now that are thinking, do you know what? I've been told I'm off. So what do I care about? Going back to Mike's comments around the under-21s, is it time to put them in? It'd be totally the opposite time for me, because I just don't think they're ready. If they were ready, they'd be in the squad now. So it's that opportunity. The opportunity comes when we've got nothing to play for, when we're safe. Then put them out there. And I think Eustace actually did it last season, didn't he? He tried to bed the youngsters in to see what we've got to play with. We've got to set our stall out. And on Wednesday evening, the very first thing that I want to see is I want to see somebody going in hard, hitting the player, and in the very first few minutes, as soon as that Cardiff player's on the ball, bang, we're here, you're not getting past us. We see that, that'll fire up the fans. If we fire up the fans, that St Andrews and that game will be different. If we just see people sitting back doing nothing, trying fancy flicks and playing silly football, all it's going to do is wind the fans up the opposite way, and then those players are not going to want to see it on the pitch. It's
playing it round, and it's playing it sideways around the edge of the penalty box. You know, it's cost us. It cost us against Middlesbrough. You know, Pritchard unfortunately misplaced the pass, and then it cost us against Watford. You know, dramas through it to Iowa across the penalty box. He didn't want it there. There's another goal we've conceded. Good finish, don't get me wrong, both goals, but they're so avoidable if we just change the way we play.
Think about all the goals this weekend. Think about the Liverpool goal the other day. Think about the Everton Burnley goal. Think about the goal we scored. So many teams are trying to play this. Well, actually, you're more likely going to shock a team by actually hoofing the ball forward. But Craig, I totally agree with you. I think if there's one player goes bang in, I think then you'll have us all. Which, to be fair, I've got to admit, I did notice that Sanderson against Leicester was telling people what to do. He was a bit more passionate, and fair play to him. He did come out at the end this time, and he did actually say, you know, we've got 5 games left. But I feel like they're not realising that the games are slowly eking away. And in fact, they should have been like this 10 games ago. There's obviously a part of our season that if we had managed to get a few more points, we wouldn't have even been in that. But I think people need to move away from that point at the moment. We need to concentrate on the football. Concentrate on the football. Like, obviously, we've got the open house tomorrow. I don't know what that's going to be like, but obviously, you know, it's not going to plan. It's not exactly where we want to be and things like that. But the football's got to do the talking. And wherever we are, we've got to point fingers after, because the problem is if we're pointing fingers and doing everything now, the football is the main point. We're Birmingham City, we fight to the end, we keep right on, joys and sorrows too, and we play for that badge. If you don't want to play and you don't care, do not put them in the squad. And that's what Rowett is actually coming out and saying. Like Dazelle is not going to be in that squad because Rowett's already come out and said. So there obviously are certain players that aren't performing in training and aren't playing. Maybe they do need some of the fans to actually come in and give them a role. Maybe they do. Maybe it's got to that point. I mean, I'm more than happy to go and tell them, but at the end of the day, I just think they've got to play for their own self-pride. It doesn't matter how much money you're on. Surely, if you're doing a job that's results-based, you're doing it for your self-pride. And even some of these that are younger, like Jordan James, he won't play for Birmingham City all his career. So play well, then you're going to get that big move. Jay Stansfield, play well. Fulham might go, actually, do you know what? We'll try him next season. And actually, he's stepping up. He works so hard. But then the people like Hogan who are just trotting on like this, oh, look, I'm doing a little bit. And I actually said the other week, I said, give Hogan an opportunity. But I've had nothing. So what more do you want? Frustrating.
We want to play long ball, but we can't do that with Stansfield up front on his own with Miyoshi next. And you know what I mean? These big centre-backs that we come up against will just, you know, gobble them up, won't they? That's the problem. But I feel sorry for... Simon Andrews is on our legendary coach driver. Good evening, Simon. Trust me, the serious head he's on game day, Simon says. So obviously he, you know, that's inside information there. So, you know, the lads care. The lads are concentrating on match day. You know, to go out there in the dressing room to get the best result that they can. But, the song goes, word Birmingham City, we fight to the end. But my message to that is, can we rephrase it to we concentrate to the end, as well? Because that's what we need to do. We need to concentrate till the end as well as fight.
Game management is a massive part of football. I've been watching the Man City documentary on Netflix.
Yeah, and me,
If anyone wants to see it and they see a manager like Guardiola, they lost 2-0 against Southampton, and he basically looked each one of them in the eye and went, do you want this or not? And literally you saw the players go, oh, we haven't. That's what you need. You need to. I think Rabbit and Rob are other people to do it. I generally do, but it's scary that we've got to this point of the season where actually this time last year I think we only needed one more win. Wasn't we safe within 4 games?
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden we're 5 games. So actually, it's still kind of in our hands. I think Huddersfield have got the worst. But again, everyone seems to be picking up points. All of a sudden, they're turning into Leicester, aren't they?
Yeah. I've got to say, there's some comments that are coming from outside of the shout box and stuff. So, evening to all of our friends at the BCFC OSCs that are listening in this evening. There's one particular comment that's just come through from Keith Russell, and he simply said, got to say it, if all of our players work together only half as well as all of us do as individuals, and we'd be walking the league. And I've changed the word walking. But he's just said proper teamwork by everyone concerned is what's needed at the moment. And it's so true. You know what I mean? I'd give anything to wear this shirt on the pitch. Yeah. Turn out for my club. These people are paid thousands of pounds to do it, some of which they're not fans. No. And actually, going back to what we're missing in the team at the moment, that's one thing we are missing. We haven't got the blue blood in there as much as we would like, because I think that's when it starts really coming through. JJ, to me, he's come through the ranks, but he's not got that fight at the moment. He's not got that passion and that drive that, I sat down and watched the Wales game the other week, and he was a totally different player. Now, is that because we're playing him a different way to what he does for Wales? I don't know, but actually it should come through. It should show as soon as he's on the pitch. And I believe firmly it comes out in the dressing room. I think they're having the taterings we need. But just
go on now.
Jordan James hasn't got the Bellingham mentality. Bellingham was brought up, both of them, as Blues fans. And had no other. Now, with respect to Jordan James, he comes from Hereford, right? His father's Welsh. Now, his motivation as a kid, I want to play for Wales. I don't want to play for Hereford. And then somebody comes along and offers him a professional contract, and he goes there. He's got no. It's not like any of us would feel. He's just become a professional footballer, and we're the ones that give him a chance. Now, I'm not suggesting he don't care, but it's not the same as really caring, if you know what I mean. This is, this badge means everything to me, and I'm going to whatever. Whereas the Bellinghams and people like
Gardeners,
the Gardeners, that they know Paul Devlin. We can go through these people whose ability was there, but with their attitude, it was there. This is my team. I'm playing for it, and they were better players for us than they would ever be for anybody else.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I mean,
Nigel Manners said, "Get rid of the egos, get rid of the laziness, get rid of the negativity." And I think that is, and coming back to it, as we've mentioned lots of different things about the players, right? And these ones that may well be going at the end of the season, right? What I'm fed up of is we're linked with this player, we're linked with that player. For God's sake, we're not safe in this league yet. We ain't linked with anybody. Forget the rumours, right? It's silly. It's just not worth wasting breath on. But the one thing I will say is the owners do care. The owners do care. The owners are passionate about this club. If we go down, they'll make sure we're back up. They're not going to hang around. They're going to want us to be back up because it will put any plans that they've got behind immediately by 12 months. And so they're going to look to do the right thing and to take us forward. Again, rumours. Lilypad's put on as a rumour that Brady's going to walk away if we get relegated. No. Right? If we get relegated and he walks away, nobody's bigger than our club. I don't think he will for 1 minute, but nobody's bigger than our club. So they want to walk away, so be it. But I don't believe Knighthead or anybody else is of that mindset. Tomorrow night is going to be interesting to see what he's planned.
I don't know how much time Tom Brady spends, on our club anyway. He's a global icon, so how much of his time is actually taken up by Birmingham City Football Club, I've got no idea. We see him at St Andrews. We see him at St Andrews once every now and again, and obviously I know he's probably on Zoom or Teams or whatever, talking to members of the club and stuff and having conversations. But how often is that? We don't know, do we?
No, we don't.
So
he's buying another team, isn't he? Isn't he buying another team? I mean, I spoke to Jeremy Dale on Saturday. As soon as I saw him, I thought I'm going to talk to him and Dales, and I said, "What happens if we go down?" And he went, "It's just been put back a year, isn't it?"
Yeah.
That's all he said. He said they're not going anywhere because they're in it now, aren't they? Because they've got to wait for the Chinese to get rid of off the Hong Kong Stock Exchange, whatever it's called, and they're in it. And also, if he was to leave, that's fine because we're still here. The Birmingham City Football Club will still be here. And then if in 10 years' time we're doing well, he would have regretted it, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we're still going to be here. And I think us fans would be here even if we played National League or whatever. It doesn't matter. We were here before and we'll be here after whatever happens. I can't see them walking away because of the opportunity. And it is a big opportunity. I've had so many people go to me, what happens if we go down? What do you think? If we go down, we've all got our own opinion. It might be a good thing because we can get rid of the deadwood. We can go back stronger. Wolves did it. Southampton did it. Loads of teams have done it. Do I particularly think that's a good thing? No. Would I rather be playing Championship football? Yes. But we've got 5 more games, 15 points. Now, we could all of a sudden win 4 of those 5 games and be happy and be mid-table because actually the Plymouth-Rotherham game was appalling the other day. And
I watched every minute of it. I'm only sick.
Yeah, and they were really bad. Rotherham, okay, everybody's like, we're going to go there and win. Well, actually, they've got a bit of freedom now because they're getting ready for next season. They've had
it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard.
It is, so... We've just got to go for it. That's it. We've got to go for it. We've got to be positive as fans. Until it's mathematically yes or no, we've got to stick behind those teams. We're Birmingham City. That's it.
Give you a bit of hope. Don't forget that there'll be half that Rotherham team thinking, I ain't going to be here next year. They'll get rid of me. They can't afford me or they don't want me or whatever. So... It's not all gloom and doom. We have got to play teams that the league table says are poorer than us, and they're they're where they are for a reason, and they aren't going to get any better. They might get more enthusiastic, or they might get less enthusiastic. Who knows? But I suspect half the team at Rotherham are on the beach now. Their agents are saying, you got to find me another club because they ain't get, it happens. A relegated team gets rid of everybody.
Let's not get complacent though, because if we do go down, automatically, there's nothing guaranteeing us to automatically come back up. I mean, how long did it take Sunderland?
Like
4 years, didn't it?
Yeah. Look at Derby. Derby thought we'd be for a season, but they're struggling. Look at Coventry had to go all the way to League Two, didn't they?
Yeah. So it could be the beginning of something even worse. You don't even want to go down there to find out. So, these last 5 games now are absolutely huge, and we need to make sure we're doing everything we possibly can to pick up as many points as we possibly can to avoid it, because, it's not like, we're going to go down and we'll be back in a year, because, it's nothing guaranteed at all.
No. And I look at the fixtures tomorrow evening. So, Millwall, they were well and truly in it. Let's not forget. They're playing Leicester at home. Right, Leicester fighting for the automatic promotion. Plymouth are playing QPR. Right, so you've got two teams there that are both far from out of it. However, I'd say QPR are a little bit closer to being safe.
They lost to Sheffield Wednesday Saturday.
Yep.
They lost to that fixture is the one that's going to screw us up, because one of them is going to win, and it doesn't matter which one it is. It hurts. It will hurt us. A 0-0 draw would probably be better. And I asked the question: how did Millwall beat us?
Yeah.
And lose to Huddersfield? How did QPR beat us and then lose to Sheffield Wednesday? What's going on? And you almost, it's the old cliche, anybody can beat anybody in this league. And surely in these 5 games, we've got to stop looking at what.
Want flexibility? Take yoga. Want flexibility with your health insurance? Check out United Healthcare Insurance Plans. Underwritten by Golden Rule Insurance Company, they offer flexible, budget-friendly medical, dental, and vision coverage that may be right for you. More at uh1.com.
Picture the scene. All of your mates around, you've got your McNugget share boxes ready to go. Partner this with your team playing champagne football. Perfect. Order McDelivery now on the McDonald's app. There's nothing quite like a McDelivery. At participating restaurants, 18 plus, serving times, delivery fee and terms apply. See mcdonalds.com.
It's going on elsewhere. 6 points at the next 2, and we can have a laugh and a joke this time next week. Oh, it's all up. It technically could be. We could be safe this time next week, or near as. Equally, we could be gone.
I mean, the other fixtures, Preston have got Huddersfield. Preston still fighting a final spot in their playoffs. Sheffield Wednesday are playing Norwich. Norwich still fighting for the playoffs. Out of all of the fixtures that are coming up across these next few days, this is for me the better one that we could have, because we've got a Cardiff team who they're on the beach, but then they got spanked the weekend. So they're not going to want to be in a position where they're losing heavily again. But they're not going to go down. They're not going to go up. They're on the beach, and that's the team that we want to play. Get the result against them, then it'll be a much better. I just look at it again Saturday. It's a massive, massive game, but we can do it. We can do it. We've just got to be positive going into it. We need to show even 10% of the passion that we've all shown on here tonight. If that was shown on the pitch on Saturday and Wednesday night, it's going to make such a difference.
Yeah, I think it was against Preston. It was, wasn't it? It was overall 90 minutes. We probably should have won that game by more than 1 goal. So we need that again and again and again in these 3 home games, especially because I think if anything's going to keep us up, it's our home form that will keep us up, not our away form. Because our away form is horrendous, isn't it? It's awful. So, and don't get me wrong, if we can beat Rotherham away, fantastic, but it ain't going to be a walk in the park, and neither's Huddersfield, obviously, either. But is it mathematically possible for Cardiff to finish in the playoffs? Because I'm not sure if they're quite on the beach yet, Craig. I'm not, I think it's probably about, I don't know, how many points.
They're 11th, aren't they?
They're 11th on 56 points. So they've got a gain, and, they're 7 points behind it at the moment. But they could mathematically still do it, but I think, and as I have spoken to Cardiff fans, they're like, no, to them, their season is finished. And this to them is a great season. Mid-table mediocrity for them is way above their expectations because of the financial situation that they have been in and the squad that they've built. But the one thing that came across during that catch-up with the guy from Cardiff was you cannot, same as Birmingham, predict how that team is going to play game in, game out. There's no consistency. There's no drive. There's no sort of, to them, as he said, it lacks severe passion, apart from youngsters that have come through the club. And I mean, what have we just said? Exactly the same thing. We only see the drive and the passion from these people that arguably are guaranteed to be here with us next season, no matter what. But we'll see. But I just think I've got to stick with the positivity. I can't think about any of the negatives at the moment. It's in our hands. That's one thing that I can say that we haven't had for many seasons. It's in our hands. We can make the difference. And as what I've said, 2 games, 6 points, all of a sudden, everybody's in a totally different position. Because Claire said it very early on, 50 points in this league to stay up. That's a lot this season, an awful lot. But that's because it shows actually how close the league is, and arguably how poor the league is as well, by how many people are so close to fighting at either end. So, yeah, it's bring it on. Bring on the noise. That's what we want to keep saying. Bring on the noise.
I've got a picture of these teams you're talking about, QPR, Plymouth, Millwall, Sheffield Wednesday, and their fans are all having the same sort of chat as we're having. And they're all going, this is a tough game this week. And look who Birmingham have got. The jammy so-and-sos. We've got to play Leicester. We've got to play Norwich. We've got to play so-and-so. Think about that. They're filling their drawers bang on all the time. We're not. We're thinking that we're going to do this. We're the positive ones. If I wouldn't want to be in any of their shoes, to be honest. I'd rather be in our shoes than any of theirs.
Staying up then, up.
Yeah, I would.
Staying up? Oh, yeah. I don't. I'm not worried. I'm just annoyed. It's annoying that we're in this situation. You know, I want to be. I certainly want to go to that last game to enjoy it, and I don't care if they spank us. You know, I don't want to go to it. Oh my God, fingers. You know, I'm getting old. I've had 10 years of that nearly, and the 2 years under certainly one of them was Eustace, wasn't he? And the one before was
Bowyer.
We finished. You know, we got 5 games to go, and we're safe. Blah blah blah, and then we play crap in the last 5 games. Oh, we'll give so and so a chance. So and so get beat 5 at Blackburn, 4 at Cardiff, and I didn't like that any better. I'd really, quite honestly, at least go to a football match, you know, with a bit of tension and a bit of work. I hated that situation.
I don't think everybody would be as angry as they are if we hadn't been taken over last summer, you know, because the club is in such an exciting situation now off the field. We're just not allowed to have nice things, are we? Do you know what I mean? It's, you know,
spot on, mate. Spot on.
Almost like there's a dark cloud over the whole place, and you know, that's another thing that pleased me when I heard that we've took over Birmingham, you know, wheels, and we're going to be building a new stadium, because hopefully the doom of that place will finally leave us, and the doom of, you know, that's been over the club since 1875 will disappear completely when we move across the road.
That's another thing that is annoying me. I like Claire said, if we go down, that goes back a year.
Yeah,
and I you know, I can't wait to get in there. You know, I want to be, you know, thinking, wow, look at this play. I mean, I told you the other way. I went round Tottenham's ground on the Friday morning before the QPR game. It's breathtaking, and I'm thinking we could have some of this. This is wonderful. Well, the new St Andrews looking like this, and it was breathtakingly good. It was out of this world. I've been around the Bernabeu. I've been around San Siro, the lot. Ain't in the same league as this Tottenham ground, and that's what I want for my team. At least something that, you know, where people are queuing up just to go and round the ground. And no more to watch the football. They were queuing up 30. They were 120 an hour. They were shoveling through the tour. That's a lot, really. 120 an hour for the whole of Good Friday. Incredible. 27 quid a time. That's what I want for my team. I want to sit in a very comfortable seat, and, you know, have a pee in a proper toilet and have a proper cup of tea and a cup of coffee. People go, oh, they've done wonderful things about the stadium. Not for me, they haven't. I'm still peeing in a trough, basically.
Yeah.
And I don't want that anymore. I'm tired and weary, literally.
I'd rather see us spend money on the team, though, on the playing stuff, on the...
Of course, yeah. But we can't.
I'd rather I'd fit in more comfortably watching the football than... I'd rather the football was more comfortable to watch than the seat I'm sat in, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll be honest. I was very happy going back 25 years, standing in a pool of piddle, watching Trevor Francis and Bob Latch. I could have stood anywhere. I didn't care. It's only when times moved on and other people had built in a new stadium and all seat and all this business. It never crossed my mind that I was sitting in a tip or standing in a tip because the football was great.
Yeah. Well, it's a big week ahead, isn't it, to say the least? It's like, probably the biggest week that we've had for a long, long time.
The message board is just full
could be a record
positivity. It's been so busy, so sorry we haven't shouted out as many...
let's hear it.
We've got Ray BCFC-Tilton, we're 100% staying up. Nigel Mann, we're playing championship football next season. 24-25 will be in the playoffs. 25-26 Premiership. You've heard it here first.
I hope you're right.
150 years.
Yeah, he's got something's got to come good. Then there's we're going to go for so Adam Walsh has said he's going for a 1-0 on Wednesday evening and 1-1 on Saturday. We haven't got to the results yet, so you're a bit far ahead of time there, but thanks for the positivity. Bill Mint, we're 1,000,000% staying up. We will beat Cardiff and we'll beat Coventry and Rotherham, so then we can relax. It's Jim Tony is just echoing what you'd said, Paul, that if we were relegated, don't kid ourselves, that we'll bounce straight back up.
Absolutely.
So it's, Nigel Mann says a bit scary, this one for everybody, but what he has said is he had a look at the Wales site yesterday and there is no way that we can play on that playing surface because there's too many tyres.
I helped us out. I defend the ball better.
Maureen Minnie has said we need Barry Fry to come and this in each of the corner flags. And I should say, actually, congratulations to Baz. His 79th birthday yesterday, but to see his Peterborough team win at Wembley was great. Yeah, but actually, that epitomises what we need as a club because it was their skipper that scored the 2 goals. Their skipper has come through the ranks. Their skipper is a Peterborough fan. And he just wore his heart on his sleeve yesterday. That's what we need in our team on both of those days.
And all the goals came in the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, great winning goal, wasn't it?
Phenomenal end of the game.
Sorry, Craig, that documentary on Sky as well about Baz was fantastic, weren't it? Did everyone see that?
Yes. It was really, really, really good. Final comments on the board at the moment. Jim Tony, stay positive all. We all need to pull in this together.
Yeah.
Claire Lewis said, in Rowett and Robbo we trust. Keep the faith from Mommy Giblin.
Yeah.
Never change. As a Birmingham City fan, that's one thing we can say. We never lose faith, do we? We just get disheartened and we get frustrated.
Yeah.
That's the main things. And then finally, to be fair, Michael Woods has said, to be fair, Sanderson has played well in the last 2 games. Let's hope that continues.
Yeah. It's almost like the penny's dropped with him. He's really stepped up to the plate. I don't know, if they've had a quiet word with Robbo or Rowett's had a quiet word with him, but he's just been a different player the last 2 games. Really, really impressed by him.
I'll just read a couple off YouTube as well, so we don't forget that.
Yeah.
Mazza says, make the ground hostile. We can make the difference on. We talked about that earlier.
Yeah, scare the opposite.
Yeah, scare him. Jonathan Chapman says, literally, I lose my voice every game I go to. Same here, says Mazza. Blue Blood mates, I salute you too. Here's a question for you guys. How will spending money on a new stadium affect money for the team given FFP? I don't think it makes an iota, to be honest.
No.
Spending money on your facilities doesn't come into it.
No, I don't think it does. No.
If anything, it helps because when you've got a stadium that people want to go and visit, and like Watto said, if we could have a stadium where people can have these tours and do different things, it's an additional income and revenue stream. So that's it won't have any impact. That's why I think tomorrow evening at the open house, what I will say is, we'll get out as much information as we possibly can, not only across the evening, but afterwards as well. But that tomorrow is based around ambition. It's been made very clear that there's a lot of things that are going to be heard tomorrow evening. There's a lot of things to be excited about. But for me, most importantly, I want to be excited about what happens on the pitch.
Yeah.
Yes, I want to look forward to a new stadium. Be brilliant, be awesome. But I want to be excited about the people kicking the ball. I want to be excited about going into St Andrews, thinking we're going to win a game, and not at the moment the dread of the fear of losing and being down in that bottom half and disappearing. Because it is the rebirth of the club that we want to see. Don't want to go down to come back up. We want to stay where we are and then build from there.
Here's a great comment here. Buddy in the Box says, I want to find out who in my lineage was the first Blues fan so I can blame them for my eternal misery. Spot on.
Yeah, good one, those.
Yeah, whoever it was, he must have been either bald or grey. One or the
other. Slightly deranged, I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
very, very busy.
It's hard at times to keep the faith, isn't it? But you have to. You just have to keep thinking forward, and there's nothing you can do about it once that final whistle's gone and we've lost the game. It's nothing you can do about it, as frustrating as it is. And it's now hard to see. Well, I'm struggling just to see past Wednesday now at the moment, to be honest, and then on to Saturday and take each game at a time as though it's the last game we're ever going to play, and from the players' point of view, and just go out there and leave everything on the pitch, Yeah.
It's like we said, it's like Alan said earlier, on that last game against Norwich, we want like a party atmosphere, don't we? We want the final whistle to go, we're safe, it sounds corny, but like the sun shining, the atmosphere, we just want to enjoy that last game. Yeah. We don't want to go there with, biting our nails and all the rest of it.
I'll tell you now, if we've got another concert after that Norwich game and we're safe, and even if it's Dizzy Rascal, I'll stay.
Yeah, it'd be good. It's a good shout, that. We should have... imagine UB40 coming back, even if they perform just one song, just to do Forever Blue or whatever.
Forever Blue, number one in the charts. Well done to everybody that actually downloaded it.
It's got to be Yaz for me, the only way is up. You need them to sing that live after the night.
Yeah. Good class.
But yeah, so here we go then. The rest of the week, it's going to be a roller coaster. Strap yourselves in, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, because I think that's what we're in for, isn't it? A roller coaster ride over this next month, shall I say?
Yeah, we don't do anything easy.
No. It's been a mental season, though, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's such a combination of things why we are where we are. It's just mad. From that Eustace sacking, it's just been absolute carnage in more ways than one. You can't just put your finger on the Rooney appointment, the reason why we are where we are. Sadly, Tony Mowbray becoming unwell as well. I don't think for a second we'd be in this situation if that hadn't have happened.
No.
I know it's all hindsight, but I think we'd have definitely picked up more points under Tony than we did under Mark Venus. God bless him. He did his best, but he's not a manager. Maybe we should have made that change sooner, but obviously we were told that Tony would be back in 6 to 8 weeks, weren't we? Or 4 to 6 weeks, was it? Sorry.
I can't see him
and
back.
Unfortunately, he has the setback with that, and he has to stay out for the remainder of the season, and that's when they action, wasn't it, after that? But, it's a combination of things. I think we could have recruited on one or two players, the likes of Burke and Tyler Roberts and people like that. I mean, Tyler Roberts, I wasn't sure if we were ever going to see him at one point. I don't think he actually come in until after about, over 20 games, wasn't it, Claire, when we saw Tyler Roberts?
She had enough.
Sorry, my signal's gone. Hold on.
Oh, no worries.
Yes, Paul, you started something. Let's have the last day song then from everybody, please. Keep that going.
The last day song. We're doing requests.
Yeah. The last day song.
Simon, if you're still watching, then let them know.
At half time Wednesday, can we request Claire Giblin does a Delia Smith? Gets on the pitch, half pissed. Oops, hang on,
I was going to say.
Half and rants. Where are you?
Let's be having you.
Let's be having you.
Let's be having you.
Oh God, I'd pay a lot of money for charity for that.
I would do anything for us to win and stay up. Not
Anything.
Anything. Calm down, Claire.
So the songs that have been coming through on the message board, actually, you really have started something, because we've now got the. So Jim Tony says the last day song should things can only get better.
Yeah, D Ream, yeah.
Mark Brooks has said down, down, deeper and down.
Dry your eyes, mate, from the streets.
Yeah.
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 Stop it.
Didn't we used to sing sometimes, Don't Worry About a Thing, really? Like Don't Worry About... We need to start singing that on Wednesday.
Bob's Marley's.
Yeah.
We
That's what I have to do, isn't it? Is that
Only when the game's finished, Claire.
We have sung it away before.
Yeah.
Bill Mintz has now said we should have another one bites the dust. Andy Boner said, let's hope we're not singing We'll Meet Again. Pete Taylor, the only way he's up, Yaz. Yes, we've had that one mentioned already. Paul Hansen has also said we'll meet again. Lily, the final countdown.
Don't bring me down, says Bonnie Knox.
Yeah.
I have the Tiger.
Yeah.
Does anybody?
I must admit, when we send other teams down, I do think it's quite funny when we sing "We'll Meet Again." I just hope, I think
Nigel, man, that's brilliant.
Mark, I want them days back. I remember 2004.
Yeah, do you remember? We sent teams down. We were just singing it to them, and it's funny.
Remember Leeds in 2004 when I think we were 3 up or 4 up against them.
Yeah.
Then Browne Hughes got 2, weren't he? He was on the hat-trick and forced out on the penalty. And,
took the penalty off him.
Yeah, they were more or less down then, weren't they? We were singing We'll Meet
Again and waving at them. It's funny.
We're all doing that. We're all doing that easy as well as Soccer AM, weren't we, with our hands?
Yes. The Big Daddy thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to see those days again.
Oh God, there's loads in there, Craig.
Yeah, Nigel Manners said money's too tight to mention as the last song. Tag Dave Twine. Claire, you'll be too young for this one, but he has said we should have Atmosphere by Russ Abbott before the game.
Oh, what an atmosphere.
Many Rivers to Cross has come through as well from Ray Orton. So You Win Again by Hot Chocolate from Michael Woods.
Yeah.
It's just a perfect day, or change it to It's Just a Perfect J from Don Kavanagh.
Yeah.
Never going to give you up and never going to let you down by Rick Astley.
Simply Red Again, holding back the years, but holding back the beers instead of years.
Mike Giblin, We Will Survive, definitely.
Susan Lawton says keep the faith, Bon Jovi.
Yeah.
Would everybody pick the same 11 on Wednesday night, or would you make any changes to the team?
Same 11 for me.
I'll keep the same.
Anyone? We can't all agree. We can't all agree with each other. Surely that's too boring, isn't it?
Yeah, but I think if you're going to win a game, you've got to play your best team. And I think the team that we've had against Leicester and against Preston at the moment is our best team. But the only problem is then we play Wednesday, then Saturday, and some of them, especially Jay Stansfield. I mean, he's absolutely shattered by the end of the game. Like he can only just about walk. So, is it that we have to go at it 70 minutes, hopefully trying to get a few goals, and then we then sub off all our... But then that's when our problems happen. So...
I'm sorry, I'm laughing to myself because I'm reading the comments here, but Michael Woods said if we go down, you can play Smack My Bitch Up.
Yeah.
The bleep machine's definitely needed tonight, Chris.
Yeah, but you've done it too fast. Hang on a bit. There you go.
There you go.
I'm excited. We could be playing Crawley next year. It's only just up the road.
I struggle to sit here and say it's our best 11 without drama in it. I'm not going to lie. He's up there for player of the season for me. He's been in our top 3 players of the season, I think. He's consistently good every time he plays. You know, he probably should have won that first header at QPR, but I'm not going to dig him out for that. I think overall he's been excellent for us when he's played.
To be honest, Paul, if it was Player Awards tomorrow, who would you player of the season be? Would you go with John, mate?
This is another interesting one, Mark, because if we did go down, it's the day after the Norwich game.
It'd be cancelled, wouldn't it? It's going to be cancelled. We're behind closed doors.
No, it won't be cancelled. They won't cancel it.
Who would be player of the season so far? I don't know. Probably Stansfield, isn't it?
Jaya. Say Jaya.
Got to be.
Or Jordan James.
Or yeah.
Got to be up there.
Or Buchanan as well, possibly.
Yeah.
I thought Buchanan on Saturday, was it Saturday? Yes. Was back to his very, very best. I mean, I fell in love with him first time he kicked the ball for us. I thought, this guy is top quality. And he hasn't been since his injury, and he took time to get back. He hasn't been there, but he was Saturday. You know, the ball was going down that right wing, and you just relax, because you know nobody's going to get across it. Nobody's going to take the ball past him. And he was just absolutely splendid. I mean, the other shout I would have to go for was Ruddy for man of the season. You know, he shouldn't be, because what that tells you about is he's dug us out the soft and smelly too often. But he has been tremendous.
Bielik is worth a shout on player of the season as well. You know,
I do like Bielik.
Yeah, and he's played in various positions, and each time he's got us out. Claire's disagreeing, but one thing, Claire, just before I come to you, Bill Mintz has said just because it's him, you know, Burke has really got to be close for player of the season.
Well, he's congratulations, because obviously he's expecting, isn't he? So we'll put that out on there, as he still technically plays for us. But the thing with Bielik is, never forget the few games that he had when we played against Coventry and he jogged back. So all I'm going to say is that Jay Stansfield has tried hard in every single game. JJ's the same. I think Bielik at the moment is our best player. I think he's actually stepped up, and I think so. You know, he's playing really well at the moment.
You reminded me of something from Saturday. We took him off. I mean, he just got the first time he got caught with the ball for about six games, and he pulled the bloke over. He got booked, and he looked tired, and he got booked, and we whipped him off. And we missed him so much, because you give him the ball and he keeps it. Whereas whoever come on and took his place, was it Pritchard came on for him? Yeah. Didn't do that. And that was a big loss, a very big loss, losing Bielik on Saturday.
What's goal of the season, would you say, so far? Hopefully, you know, we're going to score again at the end, and we score one that's better today, but what so far, if you had to pick goal of the season and the awards was tonight, what would you go for?
Wow. Saturdays.
I like Bakuna's free kick at Stoke. That was a good one.
Yeah.
Jay Stansfield's first goal for the club.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one against.
What about Gardner's free kick against Albion?
Oh, God.
Yeah, I think Bakuna's was better than that one, but yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah,
what do you think, Claire? What's your goal of the season, Claire?
I do like Stansfield's goal. I thought that it was a look at me, welcome kind of thing. I mean, we don't score many, do we? So there's not a lot to choose from. Not being like funny, but, you know, it would be nice if we could get a couple of goals in the 85th or 90th minute. Do you know what I mean? I think that would be, you know, any goal at the moment that wins us games will be goal of the season. I tell you that now.
100%.
Especially if we're 3-0 up and we scored in the 89th minute, that'd be good.
Yeah,
make it 4-0. That'd make me happy.
Yeah. James and Miyoshi have scored a few nice goals as well, haven't they?
Yeah.
Dembele as well earlier in the season. Got some nice goals for us as well. The one at I know we lost the game, but he got a nice one at Blackburn away, didn't he? And a nice, if I remember, he scored a good one against Huddersfield as well at home, didn't he?
I liked his one at Ipswich, because it was a real good team goal. He finished off well.
Yeah, and his strike from the edge of the box. Was it Huddersfield as well, I think, in the 4-1? Was it 4-1?
Yeah, his goal's good as well, Stansfield. I don't think Stansfield scores really many like he does at the weekend either. Takes them really well or top corner.
Yeah.
His goal at Stoke when he burst past everybody and smashed it in. Great.
Great goal. People at Stansfield against Southampton as well.
Yeah, that was a good one.
So when at Southampton, when Dukey flicked it on, and he ran the goal.
He don't get tap-ins, does he?
No. I'd love to see him play.
Will the awards still happen?
Pardon?
If we go down, will the awards still happen?
Yeah, of course. They've paid for the venue, haven't they?
Too late.
Yeah.
The only difference is Burke will get the Player of the Year if we go down.
Oh, we won't.
The season belongs to you.
People saying, at least we now know that Burke has scored once this season. Means he's going to be our dad.
Yeah.
John Paul says goal of the season, Mayoshi, Bristol City away.
Bristol City, yeah.
Yeah, good one.
Oh, yeah, that was a good goal.
Yeah.
Early on, yeah.
Yeah. Manager of the season award.
There's a few to pick from. There's a few to pick from, isn't there? Yeah.
We're going to have a Tilton Talk award ceremony this year as well, and there's a category which is going to be new, which is Mark Adams' favourite friend. So apparently there's not many in the running.
Yeah.
Well, if I can just give a shout out to anyone who wants to be a friend.
Money waiting.
Yeah, I'll pay good rates. So, drop us a line. Anything.
Or just come and meet me.
What we should definitely do after that Norwich game, I think, is have a few beers if we're safe, or even if we survive in that game after that game.
Yeah.
We will be celebrating on those streets of Birmingham. We will be in the Roost. Yeah. We will be in the George. We will be everywhere.
Yeah.
If we stay up on that game, if we don't, we'll be crying on the way home.
We need to arrange a Tilton Talk. We'll arrange a Tilton Talk pub crawl after the game, I think, after that Norwich game.
And then the awards afterwards. So it'll be like, stay up on the Saturday, awards on the Sunday.
Bank holiday Monday. Bank
holiday Monday.
Yeah.
How much more do you want?
Good question. Yeah. John Paul says, how do you think each game will go? Can you all just quickly view your results and points total in the next 5? Let's work it out.
Okay. I'll start.
Go on then.
I think we'll win 2-1 tomorrow. I think we'll draw 2-2 with Coventry.
Right, so
I think we will win at Rotherham 3-1.
5, 6, 7.
I think, what's the one after that? Is it Huddersfield after that?
Huddersfield.
Yeah. Huddersfield away, I think we'll... this is hard because I've got a bad feeling about Huddersfield. Don't ask me why. And if I don't say we're going to lose at Huddersfield, I'm saying we're going to be unbeaten in these 5 games. Is that possible?
Yes.
Is it?
Of course it is. Of course it is.
Okay.
Why not?
We've
got 2 home games. We've got 2 home games. We've got 2 games against the bottom 4. And then Norwich. Which
so you're going for 8 points then, Paul?
I'm going for 8. I'm going for 2 wins and 2 draws and a defeat, somewhere. The defeat will probably be at home to Norwich on the last game, but it won't matter because we'll be safe, I hope.
So if we all say a points tally and average it out, then that's the fact.
Yeah,
that's
go for it.
Be, right.
I'm on 8 points. Have I got any other takers? Anyone think we're going to get more than 8?
Go on then, Craig. What do you reckon? How many points?
The last 15? 10.
10 points, okay.
Wow.
Right, okay. Go on, Alan.
11.
Claire?
9.
Go on, Mark.
Can I say 7?
Say 12, just to keep us going.
Can I say 7? But it will be enough.
Right, okay.
I think 49 will be enough to keep us up.
I think it might be.
I've said this since before December to get to 50 points, and we've been dying to get there, haven't we?
Oh, make it 8 then.
Okay, I'm going to go for 8 as well. So, I mean, the average is probably around about 9, is it? 9, 10 between all of us. We should be safer.
But go and if any lads are listening to this, go and prove us wrong, man. Go out there and get 50.
Yeah, shut us all up.
We've only won 11 out of 41 all season, so to go on to win half of those games in the last 5. I mean, Yeah.
Yeah. I think the
I've been
playoffs are
shocked,
out of it. We ain't going to get to the playoffs.
Yeah, top six have gone.
We've had it.
Let us celebrate after Rotherham instead. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think we can be safe before then, can we? We can't be safe this week, can we? I don't think.
So,
Actions speak louder than words.
on the message boards, we got Mike Hill, who's saying we're going to beat Cardiff 2-1, 1-1 against Coventry. We're going to beat Rotherham 1-0, 1-1 against Huddersfield. Jason Hughes has said, unfortunately, you can only see us taking 6 points. Nigel Mann has gone for 9.
Yeah.
Bill Mint, 14.
Wow.
14.
Can't get 14.
Can't do 14. So 7 points is from Benji Smith. Michael also believes that we'll beat Norwich 2-1. Nigel Mann says if we get 10 points, 10 pints, that'll be more than they've had stock in the bar. Have we got any others? No, there's no others. Oh, so 8 points out of 15 coming from Dom Kavanagh.
Right. And BCFC Ireland has gone for 7 points on YouTube.
What's been actually, while we're on all this player of the season and goal of the season, what's been the show of the season? Let's put this out to our viewers. What's everyone's favourite show so far this season?
You know, we've done so many really, really good shows this season.
Yeah, there's been loads.
Morrison was up there and Harley Dean.
Morrison was fantastic, yeah.
Yeah,
Harley Dean.
Harley Dean.
Yeah, Harley Dean for me.
Harley
Dean was my favourite,
Yeah. I mean, that show, the hour and a half, and that 90 minutes, it just went like that. It was incredible.
Yeah. I enjoy it when we have Tommy Mooney on as well. I think he's great. And Marcus Painter as well is a great lad as well, isn't he? So, yeah, we've got some good people, you know, that we can invite on, haven't we, that play for us, you know what I mean? Some really good, honest and, you know, down-to-earth people, aren't they? You know, they're just normal people that have played the game at the top level, aren't they?
Yeah. If anybody's
You know,
missed
I
any,
think, Paul, you said it as well, but, you know, if anybody's listening from the club and they pass on the messages to the players, we've all given our points. Well, I tell you what, you get 15 and you can come up to us at the player events and the awards and just go, ha.
I'll buy them a drink if we got 15 points out of those games. Me.
15 points?
Yeah.
Okay. I'd streak on the pitch for 15 points.
Would you?
It's never going to happen.
No, the EFL might deduct us. Only joking, Chris.
We're going to get 14 points, Chris, because you're going to streak and we'll get deducted 1.
Yeah, that'll be it.
Or a couple.
I've got a sneaking feeling that out of the bottom 6, 7 or whatever, somebody is going to fall into that hole that we're not expecting. Probably Plymouth or Millwall. I've got a sneaking feeling might just be the one or even the two. Who knows? To fall in.
Blackburn are not out.
No,
Blackburn have still got a nightmare running.
Yeah.
So
who wants it the most, isn't it?
It is.
It's who's got the most grit, who's got the most determination, and who's going to stand up and be counted. You know, we can all talk about how many points we want. We can talk about how we think we're going to be up. It's what they do on the pitch. Actions always speak louder. They've got to now turn up. If we don't turn up, we've got no chance. If we do, we've got a chance. So hopefully, you know, if they hear us or hear somebody or, you know, anyone's watching, just tell them, just 5 more games. And you could be, you know, we'll always remember this season because of the owners and everything. You're in history. Come on.
We were talking about favourite shows of the season. This is interesting because
I know you're going to say
has come out so many times, but there's one particular one which stands out an absolute mile, and he's I'm not going to say who it was, but the best show of the season was when Rogue was on holiday.
I've highlighted it now.
Would you say the live one?
Oh,
the live one's got to be up there,
The live one was good, wasn't it?
Top 5, got to be.
That was a good one.
Yeah, that was good. I enjoyed that as well.
That was a good shot. But we are hoping to do another one as well soon. So,
and Nigel Mann has said he'll donate a pint of blood for every point that we get. Who's with him for it? I'll tell you what, Nigel, if you do it, I'll do it.
Whole point.
You're not going to do it in one day.
Not in one day.
I don't think I've got a point left.
Eh? 15 you've been drinking. Struggling.
Craig, you'll just give a pint of Strongbow dark fruits and tell them fibs.
No. I'll give them a pint of strawberry cider that I bought back for somebody instead.
That's fine, because it's not mine, Craig.
I'll donate a pint of Robe's blood.
Yeah.
Here's a little scenario that I'd like to see. Blackburn go down and we sign their centre forward.
Oh,
what's his name?
Smodic. Sammy Smodic.
Yeah,
You going where?
Luton.
Well, they'll be coming down anyway, so what's the point?
Well, yeah.
Well, after Everton's point deduction, anything can be going on in that league.
Anything could be going on.
Ridiculous.
They'll have parachute payments as well, Luke. I want that to help them get back up. I'm going to start. I'm going to start ranting about parachute payments again, but I absolutely detest them. I think it's so wrong.
Yeah, it's not fair.
Yeah, there's a scale of awards depending on where you finish. Obviously, if you're champions, you get 10 million or whatever, and if you're bottom, you get $500,000, and that's it. That's what you've earned. Goodbye.
Yeah, I'm all for rewarding promotions. Don't get me wrong. Give them all the money in the world when they go up, but don't reward failure.
Don't reward failure.
Don't reward them for
end up giving parachute payments to teams that have failed financial fair play rules. How the hell does that work?
Mental.
It's just daft. And on that point, the Premier League need to pull their fingers out, because this new structure around finances and what was going to be paid to the lower leagues has still not been decided. There's billions of pounds going into the Premier League. All right, it is not going to hurt each team to give up, which I believe was something like £1 million each to spread across all the teams. Right, £1 million to them is pennies, but that's the saviour of clubs in the lower leagues. So for God's sake, pull your fingers out, people. You know what I mean? You're not short of a few bob. Yeah. Let's just spread the love and keep everything going.
It's never going to happen.
It's needed.
It's never.
Well, all it needs to be a percentage of what you've gained. You know, say 10%. Win the league, it's 10 million. So you, 100 million. So you lob out 10 million. And if you're bottom and you've got $500,000, you lob out 50 grand. And you know, $1 million for that's 20 million from 20 clubs. So it is divided by 72. You know, it's obscene. Yeah. It's obscene.
It's disgusting.
Yeah. Well, we'll see if they're going to carry on doing it. I don't even know if you get. I had to talk about relegation for us again, but if we did go down, God forbid, then would we get parachute payments going from the Championship to League One? I think it's only from the Premier League, isn't it? You don't
Yeah.
Crazy, isn't it?
But it's not going to happen. We're going to think positively, and we're going to finish outside of the top three. And you know what? I think after Wednesday night, we may well be outside of that bottom
three. Three, Craig. We're outside the top three by a mile.
I know, that's what I mean. See you.
Oh, God.
Crazy thing is,
I thought I would turn to seal then.
I've been moaning about finishing 17th all the time, right? And the crazy thing is, we could still finish 15th.
Yeah.
17th would be amazing this season. I'm not going to lie. Give me that 17th place.
Wouldn't it be great to have a season though where our expectations are a little bit?
Oh yeah. I forgot what them days are like, Chris.
I know. We don't have them.
Nigel Mann said, Paul, if you were sacked tomorrow, would they double your salary? Just think.
Exactly. That's absolutely bang on. Yeah. 100%. Yeah.
Yeah, they would.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the other thing as well. Managers getting payoffs as well for doing a bad job.
Yeah.
Jose Mourinho must have over 100 million in his wallet from being sacked.
Yeah,
got it.
That's it.
Madness, isn't it? You'd almost do a bad job on purpose, wouldn't you?
On purpose, yeah.
Yeah.
Michael Woods has said, Mark, why haven't you said we're going to get 16 points out of the remaining 5 games?
It's not my style. It's not my style, simple as that.
Oh, yeah. Well, there we go, Paul. We've come to the end of the show.
Yeah, that absolutely flew by, didn't it? To be fair,
life.
We've been the Tilton Talk Show, and I've been Paul Hipkiss, and it's good night from me, and it's good night from Claire Gibney,
and it's good night from me, and it's good night from Mark Adams.
It's good night from me, and it's good night from Alan Watton.
It's good night from me, and a good night from Craig.
And it's a good night from me. And if there's one thing to take away before I pass you over to Chris Browne, it's pride, passion, and desire. 3 words that we've got to show on Wednesday night and moving forwards. Well done as well to Mark Adams, because you actually got the ending correct. Over to you, Chris.
Can I add concentration to that, Craig?
Concentration, yeah. Let's make it 4 words.
Alan Watton, yeah. Right.
You are?
Yeah, it's good night from me. Good night, bitch.
Good night, all. Keep right on. Keep
right on.
Keep right on. Night from Mark Aaron.
Oh, yeah, night from Mark Aaron, yeah.
Good night from Mini Clips. You want to see the pictures? They're amazing. Are they legal?
They're just graphic cakes in the dark.
Mark,
why do we do it?
It's been great without Meredith, isn't it?
To the sky.
We get paid for this.
I wish we did.
Do we get parachute payments?
No, you just get a parachute.
We'll throw you out of plane without one.
Love you, Mark, but we ain't paying for one of them.
Away days are great, but there's nothing quite like playing at home. The same goes for McDonald's. Maximise your home ground advantage with McDelivery. Order now on the McDonald's app. At participating restaurants, 18 plus, serving times, delivery fee and terms apply. See mcdonalds.com.
This podcast is proud to be part of the TalkSport Fan Network. TalkSport. Powered by fans.